on, in a big development, the Reserve Bank of India has directed Paytm Payments Bank to stop onboarding new customers with immediate effect. RBI has cited supervisory concerns as a reason for this directive. Central Bank has also asked Paytm Payments Bank to appoint an IT audit firm to conduct a comprehensive audit of its IT systems. This move comes months after Paytm Payments' parent company, in fact, got an underwhelming listing around the company's valuation.
In a big development, RBI has directed Paytm Payments Bank Limited to stop taking new customers with immediate effect. As per the RBI statement, this action has been taken based on the certain material supervisory concerns observed in the bank. However, it has not given details as to which kind of lapses it has observed. The bank has also been directed to appoint an IT audit firm to conduct comprehensive system audit of its IT system. The regulator has also said that onboarding of new customers by Paytm Payments Bank will be subject to specific permission by RBI, especially after reviewing the IT audit report. So clearly, it is not a good sign for the Paytm Payments Bank, because it has received RBI's approval to function as a scheduled payment bank in December last year, and is still trying to grow its market share.
All right, let's bring in some more perspective and view on this. Ajay Bagga is joining me here on the broadcast. Thank you very much, Mr. Bagga, for speaking to us. Your first reaction to this kind of a directive from the Reserve Bank of India, not very clear as yet what these concerns are.
Yeah, Avni, it is a difficult situation for customers and analysts, because normally the communication between a regulated entity and the regulator is secret, is confidential. So if the it means that it's a very serious flaw, something has gone wrong, that the regulator has taken a public stance of banning onboarding of new customers. Now, this same brand in 2018-19 had faced an onboarding ban for a few months when RBI had found KYC issues. And they said you can't onboard new customers until you have done full KYC. You have met our requirements. So this is half and half. We have to just make do with the press note from the RBI to speculate on what is happening. Just to give an idea to your viewers, it is a profitable bank, has been in operation for about 5 years, got its license in 2016. It's the largest issuer of FASTags in the country. Nearly 1.3 crore FASTags have been issued by Paytm Payments Bank. It is also quite a big processor of UPI payments for the country. In January itself, they did nearly 1 billion UPI transactions. So it is a very well entrenched payments bank. To get this kind of an IT notice and a supervisory issues notice, I would have preferred if the RBI delineated what exactly is the issue and how soon they see that being resolved. Remember, last year, they issued about 7 million Visa cards. That was the press note that came, and even in their IPO, they had mentioned they would be moving towards applying for a small finance bank, which is the next step from a payments bank in around May, June. So that gets postponed. Overall, there would be a market reaction on the listed entity, which is already about 60% below its listing price of November of its IPO. So overall, a little bit of worry. But again, RBI is one of the finest regulators, so I'm sure they are well in control. And post this IT audit, they would be able to normalize operations. How long that takes, we'll have to wait and watch. One of the big four will probably get the IT audit responsibility, one of the big four accounting companies. They would finish the audit, and then there would be a discussion on the changes being needed. Remember, one of the biggest private sector banks in December 2020 was banned from onboarding new credit cards, and that lasted for a number of months, Avni. So it's not going away very soon. It could last for a couple of quarters.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, the point that you mentioned that usually this kind of communication is not made public, but in this case, it has been made public. And obviously, Paytm, like you were also pointing out, number of transactions, it's practically a household name right now, purely from a layman's perspective, Mr. Bagga, because I'm, in fact, already getting messages saying, should we remove our money from, Paytm at this point in time? If you can just throw some light on what this would mean.
No, no need to move money, no need to change your payment processing or your fast tag. Money is very safe. As I said, RBI is one of the finest regulators and they move very fast on prudential norms. So this is not a reflection on the liquidity or the solvency on the bank. Of the bank, it is very clear from the RBI press note that it is the information technology systems that the RBI supervisory audit found some supervisory issues. So what happens, Avni, when the RBI audit happens, they do a risk-based audit of banks, and they would have seen that what they do is they stress test the systems. So maybe in the systems they found a flaw. Maybe they found that some processing was erroneous or, something was happening, but it clearly does not point to any liquidity or solvency issues from what the information is there in the public domain. So no need for panic. RBI is a very accomplished regulator. I don't see any issue. And it's a payments bank anyways. The amount of money you can keep is very small, and it's covered by the deposit insurance scheme of the Government of India and RBI. So your money is safe, no need to panic.
Yes, absolutely. And Mr. Bagga, it's going to be important, of course, to see how Paytm responds to this, what kind of, release it puts out as well, because like you were also just saying, it needs to allay what people feel at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the whole banking works on trust. So on a Friday evening to put this out is not the best of times. I would have preferred that RBI comes out with a more detailed note to assuage the worries in the mind of account holders and users. Second, I hope the management comes out with a clarification immediately, because normally, Avni, my experience as 32 years in banking, I've seen RBI gives you multiple chances. And this becomes a very late stage when it goes public. Normally, what we do in banking, I have seen, where you actually pay ethical hackers to get into your system. Ethical meaning people who are paid by the banks themselves to try and get into the bank systems, so that we find the loopholes upfront. So banks take a lot of care of their IT systems, and their military grade encryption that goes into banking. So I don't foresee any of those issues. I think this could be an onboarding issue. It could be some supervisory lapses that RBI has found. But coming public, I think this means that it is a second or third kind of a warning that has gone through unheeded, and RBI has taken this unprecedented step. So that way it's serious. We should not brush it under the carpet. I have to be fair to your viewers to say that it's probably not the first, because it's gone public and it's taken a very drastic measure of stopping onboarding of new clients. So that is very drastic. They have probably given time to the management earlier and not been happy with the kind of work that's happened. But money-wise, solvency-wise, and safety of money, the deposit insurances for 5 lakhs, you can keep maximum 1 lakh. You are very safe. You don't need to move your money.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Ajay Bagga, for joining us and putting all of that into perspective, and especially for the guidance for our viewers as well, that there is absolutely no need to panic at this point.